The WWE has a serious tag team problem. From the recent releases that have been announced to just simply not utilizing tag teams, everything is in shambles. And how did we get here? That's what we'll be diving into in today's video. Before getting into the video, my name is Will. I make professional wrestling content specifically around WWE. If that's something that interests you, consider hitting that like button and hitting subscribe, and check out the rest of my channel. With that being said, let's get into today's video. I think you can really trace this back to early January when we found out that Tommaso Ciampa was going to be released from WWE. Immediately, one of the best tag teams in the division takes a blow as DIY has to break up. Fast forward all the way to the end of WrestleMania when we learn about all the new releases. You have members of the MFT, you have Motor City Machine Guns, and most notably, and I think what has caused the greatest stir, is the release of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston of the New Day. Widely regarded as one of the greatest tag teams in the history of professional wrestling. I think this issue is mostly highlighted in the fact that our tag team champions over on SmackDown are Damian Priest and R-Truth. And nothing against these two. I actually love them as a tag team. But I think both of these guys aren't really at the stage in their career where they have to be tag team people. You have Damian Priest, a former world heavyweight champion that I could easily see still being in that picture. Then you have R-Truth, a 20-year veteran who has proven that the fans are behind him. You can have him doing his comedy sketches or, doing his own thing. He doesn't necessarily need to be in a tag team. I think this tag team works, but I think what it does is it highlights the issue that WWE has. That they're not utilizing the tag teams that they already have in place, so they have to come up with new ideas and throw these new teams together hoping something sticks. I think they got lucky here with Priest and R-Truth, but where does that leave the rest of the division? Out of curiosity, I looked up all the official tag teams that are over on SmackDown, and we have Los Garza, who was last seen getting brutalized by Obafemi over on Raw. We have Damian Priest and R-Truth as the WWE Tag Team Champions. We have MFT, the only surviving members being Solo, Tala Tonga, and Tama Tonga, who they've teased breaking away from the group for weeks and months now. Axiom is another one there. I guess you can consider The Miz and Kit Wilson a new tag team. But other than that, there are really no notable teams over on SmackDown. None that could be competing for the tag team title, no less. At least over on Raw, you have a deeper division. Obviously, you have Judgment Day, you have the Usos, you have the returning Street Profits, who obviously are going to attempt to go for gold. You have the Vision, regardless of what you think about the Vision. You still have the Alpha Academy. You have American Made, or Los Americanos Hermanos. You have Los Americanos. So at least over on Raw, you have a little bit of depth that you don't see over on SmackDown. I think this issue wouldn't be as highlighted if it wasn't for the fact that the women's tag team division seems to be killing it across the board. You had that multi-team championship match at WrestleMania where each brand has a list of notable teams that can vie for the title. There's really no tag team in the women's division that you can't argue is in that title picture. Whereas over on the men's side, there are teams that I don't think are anywhere close to winning the titles. I think there are two specific solutions that I think can solve this problem. Solution number one, there needs to be a shakeup with the rosters. We need to get some of these teams from Raw over to SmackDown, and these teams need to be utilized. We will go weeks where we'll see, possibly one men's tag team match. And solution number two, that I think is more viable, is just combine the tag team titles, unify the tag team titles again. Look how well it's been doing for the women. I think if you're going to have so few teams over on one brand, unifying the tag team titles across both brands where each team can be on each show, I think inwardly solves your problem. Because you're not having to build up two separate divisions. You can have one combined division where oh, let's have a tag team championship match over on Raw or over on SmackDown, and even be able to incorporate them in the PLEs because you have the bigger names that are going to be on those PLE cards. I don't think fans would complain about having one set of tag team titles again. I think in the current state of WWE, where you're already going to have a limited number of matches on each PLE, you could justify having a tag team title match on a main card. If you have a team like the Usos, you have a team like Damian Priest and R-Truth, you have a team like the Vision, these bigger names that are going to make their way to that card, where normally you're not going to have two tag teams on SmackDown vying for the titles at a PLE, maybe on an episode of SmackDown. So let me know what you think about the current state of the tag team division and what can they do to solve this problem. Am I overthinking this? Is this a non-issue? Are you even concerned with the tag team division? I love tag team wrestling. I enjoy watching, the tag titles defended. I just think there's a lack of teams and there's a lack of a creative direction for some of these teams that are just simply not being used. If you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a like and check out this next video that pops up. YouTube thinks you will really enjoy it.